Dude,
Good times.
it's funny how like the idea of money, like for like high schoolers, especially me in high school, like I remember like seeing the OpTic guys win champs, or COD XP at the time, and Modern Warfare 3. It's like a $1 million tournament, so they get $100K each. And I remember like, dude, they're set for life. I remember thinking that, like,
that's how I felt when I won.
They're set.
09 Nats, we got 25 grand each, but then after taxes, it's like 17, 18.
Yeah.
And like I would be hanging out with my friends, like I'd buy us weed, like I
got us.
Yeah, like I'd cover food, and I was like the young one of the group, and like I don't know, I just thought I was like so cool to be able to do that, but god damn, that money went quick.
Yeah, like I remember in the Scuff House a couple times I'd like read on Reddit or something that like Nick's not doing. This is when everybody was on your ass. Nick's not doing anything. He's just making beats. Like, how is he even making money? And then some people would be like, he's still got Halo money.
I didn't make shit from Halo.
I don't think so. Like 2009.
For as long as I played Halo, I didn't make shit from Halo, because when I was pro, there weren't salaries, fucking insane, stupid salaries like there are now.
Dude,
like even Halo, even like top 12 Halo teams are probably getting paid. I don't know, probably somewhere like $4 to $8 grand. Like
salaries, when it comes to esports salaries, and this might be controversial, I think with the exception of the top 5% in each esport, they should be fucking grateful. Like, they should be extremely grateful.
Like, and I'm not talking, it's not even like skill wise or anything. It's just like people like Scump, obviously, like they bring so much attention to the brand of whatever they're on. Even people like Clay, Krim, like these big names, but then you dwindle down to like the people who are pro and they're good as fuck, but they don't bring
anything to the brand.
Yeah, like no one watches them. No one like,
unless you're winning championships or you are like like a franchise player, like that's what's bringing viewership into the organization. Like, your value isn't as much as a lot of what these salaries are, especially in other esports. I mean, COD is one thing because it's a franchise league, but I remember in Gears of War, like it was so rough because like the scene was kind of down bad, and we had the top team, and so we were paying our top team a certain amount, and then this other team comes in with just like fuck you money, and it's like, how did and they start paying their players more than our players, and we have the best team, and we have the team that brings in the most viewership. So then our guys are like, yo, we heard through the grapevine that these guys are getting this, and it's like, well, shit, we want to make you guys happy. But then that's how like the inflation happens in all of esports, and now like I bet you Clash Royale esports players are getting fucking $10K a month. Yeah. And it's like, what?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I wonder if it's ever going to hit a point where I've always said, like, I wonder if the day of reckoning is ever going to come in esports where like all these big people with all the money, there's just like, well, shit, that's not working. And then they back out. But then I think about how like actual sports work, and that day of reckoning never came either.
Yeah.
Like, you got to think what the practice squad gets paid on professional teams. They probably get $50K a year to never play, to never
probably
dress
more
up.
Than that.
You think so?
I think like a couple $100 grand.
$100 grand for the practice squad? There's no way.
By practice squad, you mean people who they even know they will never see?
There is a squad that practices with the team that doesn't dress up. I'm talking about those guys.
Oh, I don't know about those guys.
But even
I thought you meant just like people who are like third, fourth string, and they're probably not going to play all season.
Let's talk about the fourth string defensive tackle for the Bengals.
Yeah.
He's probably getting dumb money.
Yeah.
And it's like, holy shit. Like, what value? But I guess it does bring value. But like, what?
Well, they are needed.
Yeah, they are needed. But like, is it $400,000 a year needed? Or
yeah,
I don't know.
But
money is just
then there's
crazy
also
to
people
me.
who are probably getting $80 million deals, $250 million deals. And it's like, is that really needed either?
Right.
Like,
Dude, like Neymar's contract is like 600 mil a year or something.
is that a soccer player?
Yeah. Is that a
600 mil a year? There's
Hold
no
on, hold
way.
on, hold
That
on.
has to be like a 5-year, 7-year contract.
Oh no, not a year. Sorry. Yeah. The contract is, it's something insane. Neymar salary. It's something insane. Maybe I way overdid
Yeah,
it.
I never got a taste of salary.
Okay, it's 40 mil a year. So just 40 mil.
I made $200 from Noble Black to get them third at in a Halo finals with the biggest PAX crowd watching us. They gave us They gave us each $200. Besides that,
and you were living. Did they pay for your salary or your travel?
I think, yeah.
Okay. I was like, because if not, you went in the hole for sure. You were down $200.
I was just like, well, no, that was my travel stipend. I remember MLG would give us travel stipends. I think they would give pros $300 or $400 as a travel stipend.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like that would cover like the flight or something. But it was like I was like losing money going to events unless I'm getting top 4. Like
I remember when I was working for UMG, there was this guy. He doesn't work there anymore, but he was throwing a UMG Call of Duty event. And I remember him being like, yeah, well, this is the last event that we pay for OpTic's travel. And he was like happy about it. He was like, because, we don't need OpTic there. And like, this is the last time we pay for travel for the teams. And I remember even back then, I'm like 22 years old. And I'm thinking.
What was this, 2013?
Yeah, 20, yeah, it was in Ghosts. So the year after, Nate Shot's still on the team. Like, like we're getting 100,000 viewers in finals and shit. And I remember being like, "You're not very smart, are you?"
Yeah.
Like, like he's like, I think this is the event. Like, this is the time we stop paying for OpTic.
Yeah, I never.
Like, who is going to?
I never got blessed like that. Like, there's probably fucking top 12 Halo players getting paid like, I don't know. It's got to be like, I don't know. I'm about to ask Monster because now he's on like Complexity and I think they're like a top 8 team. I'm like, what's going on over there?
Dude, even
but
like,
I guess
even the cost of just travel. Just that you got to fly like
hotels,
you got to
food.
Think of our team. Fly the 4 guys out: Troy, Ray, Paige, Roger, Matt.
Me if I want to go.
Yeah, that's a lot of fucking people. That's crazy.
But I don't know. I guess something happened in esports where it's just like all this fucking.
There's money somewhere.
All these investors but it's like these investors are so rich that it's just they just don't.
It's for
they just don't care.
Yeah, it's just like they got in on the
like
on the
paying
ground
someone,
floor.
Paying a team.
Imagine getting in on the ground floor of the NFL.
Yeah.
Then eventually you get out and you're like, holy shit!
And like I'm sure they have the money to risk like this being the next like NFL or whatever.
Yeah.
I guess
it's a wild scene.
I want to know. I always hear people like talking about how esports makes no money or like orgs make no money.
Yeah,
but it's like, how does that actually work? Because
orgs make money, but it's at the end of the year, are they profitable? Like, did they make more money than they invested, or did they spend?
But it's
that's
like,
the hard part.
Are they? Is that for the investors though? Is it mostly like the investors are looking like, oh, but I didn't make my money back. Y'all got paid, but I didn't make my money back.
Yeah. Or it's just like the overall value of the company. Is it more than they're putting it? Like if FaZe were to, or I guess FaZe is a bad example. Let's go with Cloud9. If Cloud9 were to sell tomorrow, did the people who have ownership of Cloud9 make more money off of selling the company than they did putting putting money into the company. That's kind of like where you want to get. So it's not like you put $1 million, you spend $1 million this year. Did you get $1.5 million back? It's not necessarily like that. It's like, if I spent $2 million over the past 10 years, is the company worth more than, is it worth 2.5 million?
Mm-hmm.
You know, or would my cut of the company be worth 2.5 million? It's kind of like that, I think.